This is an 8-iron and it's a dead shank.
That's the muff.
This has gone left and into the jungle where the elephants go to die.
Two perfect shots, Michael. You got me in the water on one and over the green on the other.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Fifth Major Podcast, episode 5. Today I've got a very, very special guest. He is 4 times US Kids winner, 2 times Callaway World Junior champion, led his high school to the North Carolina State Championships in 2013 and 2015, Carolina's amateur champion twice. He has the 11th lowest stroke average in University of North Carolina golf history. And he also boasts a Bucks golf record of 9 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss for the University of Nottingham. He needs absolutely no introduction. It is Joshua Martin. Good to have you here, Josh.
Hey, Alex, Josh. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to this.
Good to have you, Josh.
Should be fun.
Also, we have Fifth Major's very own Josh Wright helping me out today with this interview. So, Josh, didn't you want to kick off with a few just quick fire questions?
We can do, yeah. Just to start it off, just to maybe get to know you a little bit more, Josh, for those that don't know you very well. I'll just give you some quick fire questions. I just want quick answers. So not much thinking needs to be done. Okay, so favorite TV show?
Ooh, How I Met Your Mother.
Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin?
Oh, Peter Griffin.
Blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes.
Ooh.
Favorite song?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Favorite movie?
Good Will Hunting.
Your life hero?
Life hero. Tiger Woods.
So that's golf hero as well. UK golf courses or US golf courses?
Gotta go with US golf courses. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. Favorite UK golf course?
Not Hollingwell.
Good lad. Rory or Brooks?
Rory.
Jack or Tiger?
Tiger.
Ooh. And final one, you've got a 10-foot putt, or somebody you've got to give somebody a 10-foot putt to save your life. Who you choosing?
Josh Wright.
Oh, we love it. Boom. Cheers, Josh. Good lad.
Yeah.
I didn't actually ask you to say that either, did I?
No, you didn't.
No, it's just truth.
Yeah. Josh, I would also pick you, mate. Just.
You've obviously not seen me play too much.
No, I haven't. Right, J-Mark. So we've heard a few of your achievements and records earlier there. I just want to go to the very, very beginning. When did you start playing golf?
Yeah, so I started playing when I was 3. My brother he's 22 months older than me, so he picked up the game when he was 5. Then I was going out to watch his lessons, so eventually I was like, well, I got to give this a try too, because I kind of got bored just standing there watching.
Yeah.
Were there ever any other sports that you played, Josh, or was it just primarily golf? And were you hooked from an early age?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, growing up, we played all the main sports: football, basketball, baseball, soccer, tennis, golf.
Yeah.
So we pretty much experienced it all as young kids, and eventually we kind of put those other sports aside and started to focus on golf.
Was golf always the main one, or did you were you excelling at the others as well?
Yeah, golf was clearly the one I was best at. I was also, my second best sport was probably soccer, what you guys call football.
What position?
I'm surprised we didn't really see you playing football actually.
Yeah.
We would have had a kickabout in the park, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of fun because I was faster than everybody else, so I could just run past them and then just score pretty easily. So it would have been interesting to see what I could have made of myself if I would have continued practicing and playing. Probably could have been playing for
standing
Man
in
United by now.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was just going to say, maybe we're running past people because the standard in America is not very good.
Yeah.
It could be.
We've watched it.
We'll never know. Never know.
So when did you sort of start to realise that there could be a career in golf for you?
I think probably like 7, 8, 9. That's when I kind of started winning those U.S. Kids Worlds. So after I started to win those pretty consistently, I felt like there could be a career to this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you always? You mentioned you got a like slightly older brother. Were you two always like really competitive with each other? And do you reckon that made you a better golfer at a younger age?
Yeah, we did do pretty much like everything together. Like we practiced and played golf all the time together. But honestly, we had so much competition, like from tournaments and stuff. I think when we were just practicing, we just kind of enjoyed the camaraderie of it. We played games, but it wasn't like super. We wouldn't get like be super intense about it just because we already have competition other days of the week, so we kind of just enjoyed. I would say like when we had time to practice with each other, we just kind of enjoyed that more so.
Who was better when you were younger?
I'd like to say myself, but it was pretty close. We were, it was back and forth, just like it is now. It just kind of depends on the day, but
yeah,
I was probably like slightly more consistent.
Who's better now?
Man, I did play pretty well yesterday. I might have to back myself after that round.
What did you
shoot yesterday?
I shot like 68.
Woo!
Cool.
And
that's number 4.
Yeah.
That's not.
So 68 on a Pinehurst course without practicing much, I guess.
Yeah. So it felt pretty good. The ball striking was on. Had a couple of 3 putts.
I bet it was
a really low one.
Oh, Jesus.
But no, like whenever we go out, anybody can win on any given day. It's just depends who's on, who's not.
And what? How instrumental were your parents into like guiding you down the golfing junior career?
Yeah, so they obviously played a huge role in both of our lives. They helped us like travel to tournaments. They supported us financially, and I think eventually my dad probably saw that golf was like our best sport, and he saw that like there's less risk with injury with golf, and it's a sport that you can pretty much play your whole life. So like logistically, it just makes more sense to do that if you can play a sport and not have to worry. Well, yeah, people do get injured in golf, but there's less of a risk, I would say, than other sports. So he just kind of saw that it was our best sport, plus the longevity of it makes more sense. So probably smarter to go into a sport like that.
And have you always played at Pinehurst?
Yeah, so when I was 9, I grew up in Wilson, North Carolina, which is like 2 hours away from Pinehurst. And then when I was 9, we moved to Pinehurst, became members at the resort, and pretty much played there throughout my junior golf career.
Yeah, just playing every day on Pinehurst.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Would you, when you go into these junior comp shots, would your mum and dad always walk around with you, or were they like nervous watchers and couldn't watch you play?
Definitely when we were younger, they would watch, but I think as the years went on, they kind of just like to give us our space and
just
let us just go out there and not have any distractions, just kind of let us do our own thing.
Yeah.
But obviously they had to drive us to the tournaments when we were young, so they kind of
Yeah, I
had to
mean,
be out there.
I mean, like obviously the US is a lot bigger place than the UK. So like,
Mhm.
what kind of distances were you traveling to get to these golf events? So I assume the standard you were at, there was some like plane journeys involved in it all.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's pretty much like everywhere like you can imagine in the country throughout the year. We used to, like I said, for the Callaway Junior Worlds, for example, that was in San Diego every summer. So we
Yeah,
just take a plane over and we'd be there for a week, and then also been to literally everywhere in the country, Texas several times, Florida a lot during the winter time just because it's warmer down there.
yeah,
Been up to the Northeast several times, Arizona, Oregon, Washington State.
My,
Pretty much.
my parents used to moan when they had to take me to football games, Sunday football, which is like
Mhm.
half an
yeah.
hour.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had quite a few road trips and plane flights at an early age, so it was
And
definitely cool to see other parts of the country, get to travel and kind of just see what's out there.
yeah, did you enjoy doing all that, Josh, at the time? Or?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's cool just seeing different parts of the world that you've never been exposed to before, and
Yeah,
then it's not. We went there to play golf, but it was almost like a vacation in some sense that we could go stay at like a nice resort or whatever and just play golf. So
yeah,
there was a lot of fun to it, but at the same time we were like trying to compete and win everything we
yeah,
played in. So
yeah.
it was a mixture of fun and competitiveness that we had.
Yeah.
Do you have any tournaments that you won that like particularly stick in the mind? So like some of those like World Kids or something.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest weeks was my brother, since for the US kids they have age divisions based off every year, but for the Callaway Junior Worlds they did like every 2 years, so it'd be like 11 and 12, like 8 and 9, or that makes sense. Yeah, like 9, 10, 11, 12, stuff like that. So I won and Zach won like 2 different age groups in the same week
Oh, okay.
in San Diego, and I think we had our grandparents out there too. So it was like a pretty special moment for our family to celebrate that. It was pretty cool. And then let's see, biggest like U.S. kid or the most memorable was probably when I was like around 9. The tournament used to be in Williamsburg, Virginia, but then they eventually moved it to Pinehurst, and that was like the first year that they had come to Pinehurst, and it was on Pinehurst number 3, and I was playing against Sam Horsfield, and I remember during the final round, he was playing well, and I wasn't playing like super great, but he had like a 2-shot lead going into the final 4 holes, and then I think I birdied 15. We both parred 16, 17. He had a massive lip out on 17 that would have taken him to 2 up, but on 18, both hitter drives in the fairway, hit it to like 30 feet. I putt first and make my like 30-footer. Then he 3-putts, and I ended up beating him by 1.
You 3-putt.
It was funny. Yeah,
Oh, that's a bottle, isn't it?
yeah. Because I used to play him. We had a lot of battles growing up, and I think eventually after beating him one time, he was just like, "Josh, are you ever gonna let me win?" And I just said no. But then eventually he started beating me. So I guess the joke's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Sam Horsford now. He's doing all right for himself on the European tour, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and was there any other sort of tour pros that you've played with through your junior career? Any good stories about them?
I'm not like close with many tour players, but I remember the only U.S. junior tournament I qualified for was in 2011. I think it was like the summer before Jordan Spieth was about to go to college.
Okay.
For some reason, it worked out with his birthday where he could play because he was like one of the oldest people in the field. But Yeah, so he was like the best junior in the country, playing right before he was going to school. And I just remember him on the putting green with his posse after one of the rounds, like putting around with Bo Hostler and a few other of his friends. And I just remember him talking like smack to these boys. He'd like line up a 30-footer and stand over it. And he'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's going in." And then he'd just like keep draining these 30-footers, walking them in. And then I was like, "Dang, this kid's gonna be pretty good one day." Then he ended up winning the U.S. Junior that week, and I think he's gone on to a pretty fun career since then.
Yeah, he's been
Even
all
though
right.
some of us have some doubts as to whether he'll make it back on top or not.
Yeah. Josh Wright thinks he's finished, but
DJ finished him, didn't he?
yeah. Didn't you also play with JT once?
Yeah. So we that was a while ago. It was probably when I was like 9, and JT was like maybe 13 or 14. It was this tournament in Chicago called the World Youth Teen Challenge.
Yeah.
And the first year they had it, we were on the same team together. We had Justin and some other guy in the oldest age group, and then Grayson Murray, who my brother and I grew up playing junior golf with as young kids. There's actually the funniest stories about him for that week, because he's always been kind of a wild card, and he's kind of known for his temper. So he went to his dad after one of the rounds, got him set up in the Bettinardi putting studio, which is located in Chicago. So he got this custom fitting, got this really sweet custom putter. And then the next round, he was putting with it, and to the right of the 18th hole, there's this big lake. And I think he maybe had like a 3-putt or a crucial miss putt on the last. And after the putt, he chucks his putter 50 yards into the lake after putting with it for one day. But yeah, I think we ended up winning the first year. We had that team together. JT, was on it. I didn't really play with him or see him play much because he was so much older than me. But yeah, it was pretty cool to be on his team for that week, and especially see where he is now.
Yeah.
Did he seem like a nice bloke when you were winning, Josh?
Yeah, I don't remember it too much, but yeah, I think he was a very, very friendly little guy, especially back then when he was only a little kid.
Yeah.
No worries in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. He seems like a good lad.
Yeah. So I mean, for those that are watching who might not know kind of too much about what the US Kids is, I mean, I was doing a little bit of research, and I saw, I think only one boy had won more US Kids than you, and I mean there's been a lot of very good young players coming through. I mean, like you just said, Spieth and Thomas for one. Like how big a thing is it? I know you're quite modest, but how big a thing is it to win 4 of those things? I mean, like doing a bit of research, it sounds like pretty incredible.
Yeah.
There's something you're proud of. There's got to be something you're proud of, surely.
Yeah, it's something I'm proud of, but I guess I was fortunate in a sense that they did start hosting the tournament in Pinehurst.
Yeah.
I could play plenty of practice
gotta
rounds. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was pretty big at the time, but I think with each step in golf, like the importance becomes.
Yeah.
The importance is
as you get
increased. So yeah, just like the level is more difficult. The standard of play is better. So
yeah. So
yeah, at the time it felt like incredible, but I guess looking back at it, it doesn't. Winning US Kids Championships doesn't really get you much.
Well, I mean, it doesn't get you much, but I mean, it's still like a lot more than. I mean, there's only one person in this world that can say that they've won more US Kids than you. So that's got to count for something. I mean, it's pretty special. Isn't it?
Did you
Golf Hall of Fame inductee?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe we should get you.
Yeah. Would you said you felt pressure of being like a bit of a prodigy as a kid?
Pressure. Not not really from like the outside. I think I just held myself to a high standard in general.
Yeah,
So I put pressure on myself. So it was, yeah, I guess I felt like a little bit of pressure in a sense that I just wanted to play well really badly
yeah,
because I was just always like competitive and always wanted to win.
yeah,
So, but I think it was mostly like good pressure that I put on myself. But no, I don't think outside influences had
no,
too much to deal with the pressure that was on me.
Well, I've seen you play at Nottingham obviously quite a bit, and playing with you, you just seem to be, you know, really calm on the course. Nothing ever phases you. Like you're exactly the same when you hit a great shot and a bad shot. Has it always been like that, or have like nerves got the better of you, like when you were younger? Because like these things that you won, I'd imagine a pretty pressurized situation. Would you feel really nervous?
I don't know. I normally like the first tee shot's like the only time I would like feel some well, not really like nervous, just like a little like little butterflies. I don't know, but like once I got off the first tee, I normally felt like pretty calm with what I was doing.
Yeah.
But no, like as far as me always being like just easy going on the course, no, I think in the past I had been like a little too intense because I've had some bad streaks of breaking clubs, especially in college. But I think over time you just kind of learn that like this is a game and it should be like fun to play. Like, so I
It
think
never is, though, is it?
no, but I think just putting everything in perspective is important, and that's like kind of the only way. Well, at least for me, I think most people would probably agree. Maybe not everyone, but putting golf in perspective and just enjoying it is the best for your game anyway. So I think it's like if you want to perform, just like have fun with it.
yeah,
And that's something that I kind of had to make the mistake myself to learn from that and get to where I am now.
yeah.
I guess get to the point where I act the same regardless of whether I hit in the fairway or out of bounds.
Yeah. Moving on to your college, when did you sort of decide that you were going to go to UNC?
Mm-hmm. So after my sophomore year in high school, we came off winning the state championship for our high school, and my brother he was like about to go to UNC to play golf. So I felt like after we won that, I enjoyed being on a team with him, and I knew a few other players in between our class who were going to UNC. I committed after my sophomore year in high school.
Yeah. And did you have any other offers?
Yeah. Well, my top three were like UNC, Wake, and Georgia Tech. So yeah, I had offers from them, and I don't know. Normally with golf, you have to visit a program a couple of times and show like a lot of interest before they offer you.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of had like a narrow list like from the start, so I didn't really pursue like a whole lot of golf programs. Kind of knew what I wanted, and yeah.
Obviously, being from North Carolina yourself, you wanted to go to UNC. Was that a big factor as well?
Yeah. So my dad grew up a UNC fan. He went to school at University of North Carolina. So I had always been, well, for the most part, been a UNC fan growing up, and especially with my brother going there, I just felt like it was the right time. The program was beginning to move in the right direction, and things just seemed to make sense by going there.
Yeah,
that time.
It's interesting, that American college sports dynamic, because I mean, my dad went to Birmingham, for instance. You never say I'm a University of Birmingham fan. Like, that's just not a thing over here. But yeah.
Would you get anybody from like the university coming to watch your golf games, Josh?
Well, you see, it's different with sports, well, golf in America, because everything's stroke play, and typically during a season you only have one home tournament, if that.
Yeah.
So you only have 1 week where people can come out and support you.
Yeah.
Unlike at University of Nottingham, where you have home matches like every other week. But yeah, during the home matches, we have lots of family and like some friends from the university come out to support, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that could only happen once a year.
Was it quite a pressurized, intense atmosphere when you're playing at these college games? Because I know it's pretty competitive stuff, isn't it? So did it ever get kind of too much? Because you're playing quite a bit of golf, aren't you?
Yeah, typically we'd play 36 the first round and then 18 on the second round. So
yeah,
those 36 whole days walking was pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's pretty much out there from sun up to sundown. So you kind of had to try to remain focused at all times, and then take some mental breaks when you can. Yeah. But it was intense because you are competing not only for yourself but for your university. It's five people on a team, and they count the best 4 scores every round. So most likely like your score is going to count. So you better play hard. But in a sense, it was like fun that you were like competing with other people from your university. So there was that sense of camaraderie, and when you'd see them on the course, you wave, or like if there's a backup on the course, you could sit down for a little bit and talk to them. And just kind of like support each other, whether they're having a good round or not.
And would you say, did you enjoy more when you're winning your US kids titles, or did you enjoy more your college golf?
Definitely college golf. There's just something about being part of a team that I've always loved.
Yeah.
And it was nothing better than like winning a tournament as a team.
Yeah.
Seeing all the hard work of not only the players but the coaches, the administrators, all that paying off, and just being able to celebrate with each other was fun.
When you first went to college, Josh, did you get distracted at all by the whole college atmosphere, partying, frat houses, all that stuff, or was that not really part of it?
Yeah, I think everybody gets, or at least experiences, that sort of stuff, and they kind of have to learn to manage it. I think every freshman, sophomore is gonna indulge like a little bit in that. They just have to find a happy median where they can keep up with their golf game, their schoolwork, and stuff like that. But eventually you kind of mature out of that. What's that?
You think you managed to find that happy medium quite quickly, or?
Yeah, I would say relatively. I mean, relatively quickly. I learned like what was a priority for me, and then I kind of like learned to spend most of my time on the things I really cared about, and that wasn't like one of the most important things. It was fun. I mean, obviously, like it's fun to go have fun. You guys definitely know in the UK, going out and having fun with the boys. But yeah, I think it's something that you eventually, I don't know, grow out of, or just learn that there's more important things in life.
I agree.
What would your average day kind of consist of at North Carolina? Like, what time would you be getting up, and are there quite a lot of kind of constraints with the golf? Do they kind of force you into doing like practice sessions and whatever?
Yeah, so with our golf team, we pretty much had we had priority when selecting classes. So most of us would have morning classes, maybe something like 9 to 12, something like that on Mondays, and then Tuesdays, it was Tuesday, Thursday is a whole different schedule. But yeah, you go to class for a couple hours in the morning, and then typically try to get a bite to eat, either at the apartment or dining hall, and then you're pretty much heading out to the golf course to practice. But our golf team, we didn't really have scheduled practice really. So like there wasn't like specific times where you needed to be out there, but I think there was just like a standard held within the team, like where we know like how much we need to practice and what we need to do, whether like if it's a busy week with school, like I think the coaches trust us to get our golf done, but also like allow time for that. So yeah, I would say a typical day would be a couple hours of class, then maybe have like an hour or so to break, get some lunch, go change, and then head to the course for, I don't know, it could be a couple hours, it could be 5-6 hours, just depending on the day. Like practice a little bit, then go play a quick 18, have a match with some teammates. Just depends on the circumstances and how much kind of schoolwork, and everybody knows what they have going on in their lives. So
Yeah.
kind of up on an individual basis.
And you said there as well, like you all hold each other to standard. Obviously, you're all sort of elite amateur golfers at this point. What was that sort of standard, if you like, in terms of like, well, in terms of handicap? Why not? Is everyone like +3, +4 handicappers?
Yeah, I would say pretty much everybody on most D1 teams are going to be in the pluses. So probably, yeah, it could be, depending on the team, anywhere from like +3, +4 and up, or scratching up, depending on the level of the golf team. But yeah, I think our golf team probably had, it's like mostly +2, +3 and up.
Yeah, but it's obvious, like to get to that level, the amateur.
Yeah.
Like you've got to be playing every day, don't you? Really.
Yeah, you pretty much, unless you're some freak talent, yeah, you're probably practicing every day.
Yeah.
Try to get better.
Do you want to just talk us through maybe some highlights of your college career, tournaments you'd won?
Okay. So I actually never won a tournament for while I was playing for the University of North Carolina, but I did win the Carolinas AM that you already mentioned. I was at the end of in between my junior and senior year. So like the summer after my junior year, I won my first Carolinas AM, and then last summer after my senior year, I won the back-to-back Carolinas AM.
Yeah.
But
what scores were you doing to win them, Josh?
I think the first one was like -9, and then last summer I had a good showing, finished -16.
Oh, what's that?
Through how many holes?
Through 72 holes.
Yeah,
so you get 4 rounds to do it.
Back going.
But my best finish in a collegiate event was tied like third, I think.
Yeah.
That was my freshman year. I think the first tournament of the spring semester. It was at TPC Sawgrass, the Valley course, not the stadium.
Yeah.
It's like the other course. But yeah, it was the first day it was a 36er, and I shot 64, 68. Yeah. So it was just one of those days that everything was kind of clicking.
Yeah.
Chipping in, putting, pulling out from 40 feet, stuff like that.
Just sounds like a normal day.
Yeah, and then I think I only had like a 2-shot lead. and I played the final round with Sam Horsfield, and he ended up beating me. I think the first
junior career,
the first
right in the arse.
Yeah. The first drive of the final round.
How would you celebrate like a good day on the golf course, or a good result, or when you won these US Kids? Like, would there be a big celebration after it, like recognizing the achievement, or would you just kind of just brush it off and just think, yeah, it's just one of them things?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So, yeah. So our family loves food, so we typically go out to eat at a nice restaurant to celebrate whatever it is, birthdays, achievements, stuff like that. So typically that would be the basic celebration plan after something big happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you obviously couldn't be drinking, could you, after them US kids?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, so the one big difference, because the drinking age is 18 in the UK, and you guys, it felt very strange after that. What was it? The teacher, it was like staff versus students match. We after the round we had beverages with the with the staff, which felt kind of weird, since in America you just like can't do that.
Yeah,
that's
illegal.
Because not only are most of the students underage,
Right.
even if they are of age, like it's like an NCAA rule that or something, like you can't, or maybe it was just a university rule. But yeah, we can't be drinking at all on team trips and stuff like that. So.
You mentioned how you shot 64, 68, and you only 2 shots. You say you only had a 2-shot lead after that?
Yeah, I think so.
That just sort of shows the standard of these like college events. Who's the best player you've played with or played against, or best players from college?
Yeah, I think 3 people probably come to mind. Yeah, the first is probably like Sam Horsfield.
Yeah.
Having played with him, his game is just really good. He's always been known for being a great putter as a junior when I would play with him, but playing with him during that tournament, like his ball striking is just really consistent and solid too. So his game stuck out to me. I think he was first team All-American his freshman year and only played college golf for like a year and a half. So that just showed kind of his potential. And I think he's doing pretty well on the European tour now. Next is probably Dylan Meyer. He was a small kid played at University of Illinois, but he was just straight, consistent, and short game was just like phenomenal. I played with him, and the other kid on my list, Kevin Yu. He plays for Arizona State. I think he's a senior this year. Dylan graduated a couple of years ago, but I played with him, both of them, the final round of my junior year at Nationals. And I think that was the round I shot 85, and they both shot like low 70s. I think Dylan might have shot like in the 60s to finish second overall at Nationals as an individual. And then the next week, they both qualified for the U.S. Open.
Oh, really?
and played at that a few weeks later. So, yeah.
Well, when you're playing with these guys, can you tell the ones that are going to make it and the ones that aren't? Or is it, do you think, just more luck and mentality?
I think it is pretty tough, because just once you go pro, like just everybody's just so good.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes down to just like, just almost like things clicking for them like a week, or just getting a bad break here and there, or a good break here and there could be the difference between getting your Corn Ferry card or not. And then once you're on one of those tours, then anything can happen. But yeah, I think everyone's relatively close. It just is a matter of like if things are clicking for them at the moment or not.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think now with the way the PGA Tour is set up, like it does eliminate some of those like shorter hitters, like Dylan Meyer might have a little less of a chance. On tour if he's driving at like 270. Compared to other guys who are just bombing it out there like 320.
Yeah. You mentioned Carolina's amateur. Was there any other big amateur tournaments that you played and performed well, or maybe some didn't perform so well in?
You see, in high school, I qualified for the two USAMs back-to-back years, 2013 at the Country Club at Brookline, and then the following year at Atlanta Athletic Club. So those were two, obviously USAM's probably like the best amateur golf tournament you could play in. But first year I did not play very well. And the second year I was actually playing like pretty well through 27 holes of stroke play, 27 out of there's 36 holes of qualifying before they cut to match play. And I was playing pretty well. I was playing with Xander Schauffele, beating him, handling him pretty well. And then the final nine, I think I shot like 6 over 41 on the final nine to miss the cut by 2. So that was pretty devastating.
Yeah.
But I did once you guys send me these once I was brainstorming about some topics for today, I looked back at some old results and I saw that I did take Xander down in the 2010 Junior Players Championship.
Yeah.
No. Actually, I take that. It was the 2010 Polo Junior Golf Tournament.
Oh, well.
And AJGA Invitational. So I was
still pretty
like,
good.
yes, I did beat him at some point.
Yeah. You've also beat Matt Wolf, haven't you?
Yes, beat Matt Wolf in our final regular season tournament together.
There we go.
Before you came to Nottingham, I was looking at some of your results, and I mean, just the list of names that you've beaten in some of these college events was pretty scary. I think I saw like Brandon Wu, you just beat Hovland, people like this. That's it's pretty impressive. Just doing it on the regular.
Yeah, just goes to show, like, I mean, yeah, I could beat him on 1 week by maybe a couple shots, but then the next week they'd have a good week, and I want to have a good week, and they beat me by 15 shots. So, but
At
it
least
just
you can beat them
goes
once.
to show how
That's the nature of golf.
how much golf.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, golf just fluctuates a lot.
Yeah.
It's just week by week. Anything can happen.
Yeah, don't we all know?
At what point did you make the decision to come over to Nottingham, and what sort of inspired that decision?
So I kind of always planned on turning professional, and eventually, after kind of like during the middle to end of my first semester senior year, I kind of realized that the lifestyle to turn professional didn't really suit me very well, and it just like wasn't really something that I was looking forward to doing. So
You want to expand on that? So was there like fears that you weren't good enough, or just you thought you'd be better suited in another profession?
yeah, obviously, like, I think my play had like a little bit to do with it. If I was winning like every college amateur tournament I was playing in,
Yeah.
then that probably would have propelled me to turn pro. But I think golf is something that I've been doing almost my entire life, just grinding and practicing every day. And to make that decision to keep doing that, not only like for fun and as part of my life, but as my whole life and career, that just seems almost overbearing to me, and didn't really seem like something like I wanted to do.
Fair enough. So moving on to Notts, what made you pick coming to Nottingham and coming to the UK in general?
Yeah, so I thought I enjoyed the college experience at UNC, enjoyed playing golf, especially in that team atmosphere that I had talked about. So to continue doing that in addition to getting my master's degree was something that was pretty appealing. Meeting new people like you guys, and kind of just exploring new places, something I didn't really get to do a whole lot of, as I was planning to travel a little bit more this semester and over the summer. But I think that was pretty appealing because I'd before I'd only been over to Europe for a week, and I was playing golf the whole time, so I didn't really get
Well-
to travel around. That was and I think the 2012 junior open.
Was that in the UK?
That it was right across the street from Royal Lytham in St. Anne's, the year that
Yeah.
Adam bottled it and Ernie won. But we played this kind of pretty neat course called Fairhaven. It was just like right across the street. And then after playing that, we went over and watched a few rounds of the Open, which was cool.
Was it a really tough decision for you, Josh, to come to the UK, or was it just one that you just kind of jumped at and was really easy?
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest decision because there was a lot of like unknowns about the whole experience.
Because like I look at your situation, and I mean, for me personally, I mean it'd be kind of crazy to come across the UK. Like, you're living in Pinehurst, you've got great golf courses, great weather, and then coming to Nottingham where the weather's not so good. Whatever, you've already got a degree. So yeah, what was it that kind of just drew you to Nottingham in the UK?
Well, I'd been actually, a few of my teammates are actually looking into doing this thing at UNC, and either one, I think both of them, or one decided to go pro, and the other found a job. So they, their interest level kind of fell out. But then I think over winter break, I was just kind of like thinking about like what to do after I graduated, and at that time, I didn't really think I was ready to start working, just to like go directly into the workforce after I graduated. So I thought this would just be like a cool little 1-year adventure to kind of like figure out what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah.
And just kind of think about that, and continue school, continue playing golf, and meet some new people, I guess.
Was it
my
what you
horizons.
expected? Was it what you expected when you signed up to it? And you can say what you want here. Don't feel like you can like we're going to take offense because we're not bothered.
We don't have Phil Wood watching.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It was probably like pretty similar. I knew like coming over, like the weather wasn't going to be great.
To be fair, this winter it just did not stop raining. It was awful.
Yeah,
That's
what everybody says.
Yeah.
But I think that. But I think I was kind of blown away with all the relationships and friends, and especially how well NUGC welcomed me into their family. That kind of blew me away and exceeded expectations for me. So that was definitely a nice surprise.
I appreciate that.
But
that's nice of you to say.
Yeah.
So when you say kind of like we overdid your expectations, was it not so friendly in America then, from your experience?
What, the people?
No, like in terms of like the golf, like the people in the golf team, was it more kind of competitive, and you feel like you're going up against each other more?
No, it was a pretty like enjoyable like experience in my undergraduate experience at UNC. We did compete against each other almost every day. Played tons of games on the course, and I think my senior year, like trash talking did get like, that was like pretty common, and there were some like a few scuffles just with like people really talking trash at each other. But I wasn't. It was normally like 3 guys.
I couldn't imagine.
It just sounds like Rory and Pete in our team.
Yeah. No, but once we got off the golf course, it was all fun and games. We were friendly with each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, just sometimes like the competitiveness of everybody thinking that they're the best, that come out maybe not in the best way.
Yeah.
I think we all knew that you were the best, so there's
Yeah.
no real debate here.
What are the biggest differences then between English, British university golf and American college golf in terms of like courses, structure of leagues, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So courses, definitely set up like a lot differently, as you could imagine.
In terms of quality.
But for those that
Yeah,
don't know, like
qualities.
there are some absolute shocker. There's some horrendous courses in the league that we play. Probably I won't name names, but yeah, I'd imagine there were some courses that we played last year, Josh, that you'd have never kind of seen the likes of before.
Yeah, maybe so. But typically everyone, most college teams host like a home event, and they're always trying to put their best foot forward. So like even if they don't host at their home course, they'll find like a really nice course in the area to host the tournament on. So we played definitely like a lot of great courses over the years. Just trying to think, some of the Beals Lake was pretty good. But I was talking about like in America. Tough to. Some of the best courses we played weren't even in tournaments. They were just team retreats that we would go on, like go to Pine Valley or Cypress Point. And then I think my final 2 years we went to Hawaii for a tournament. So that was pretty special. But yeah, the courses.
You must have thought Nottingham was awful. You come from going to little weekend trips to Pine Valley and Cypress Point or whatever, and you come here and you're going to Loughborough and Blackpool.
Yeah, Blackpool.
No, it was fun,
you didn't leave after the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the course was probably better in America and set up a little tougher, but you got to think like the people playing college golf over there are getting recruited to play, and they're practicing every day, something that isn't even like feasible for some students in the UK because they can't like pick the classes to where they can go to the course every day, or some people just don't even have rides. Like not many students at uni in the UK have cars, so
yeah,
it's logistically a little more difficult to figure out how to sort some practice time out. So
I think that's
how the courses are set up.
That's somewhere where Nottingham could definitely improve kind of going forward, because I think we were the only university in that top league that don't have like a golf management degree or something like that. So I think quite a few of the other teams would have had that, where you can just have classes in the morning and then go and play in the afternoon or whatever. So maybe it'll change at Nottingham, but yeah, like you say, it was pretty difficult for us, wasn't it? Like trying to get lists and trying to arrange practice sessions and whatever. It was pretty difficult for us with everybody just doing like normal degrees.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular highlights from your time at Notts, both on and off the course?
Notts. Let's see.
Well, your win at Woodall Spa.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I think winning there on my birthday was pretty cool, for sure. And then I think the thing that stood out the most is probably just the team trips that we took, like taking like a handful of guys and Felicia to St. Andrews was pretty cool. Just seeing that area, walking around the old course a little bit, and then I guess the last one to Saunton, down south to Saunton Golf Club was pretty fun. Just having the house to ourselves for the week, kind of just kick back and cut up with the boys a little bit.
Yeah. Finally, and Felicia, of course. What does the future have in store for J-Mart on and off the course?
So on the course, I I still enjoy playing golf and enjoy playing competitively. So I look forward to continue competing in the game. I'm not sure like whether that's like exclusively on amateur level or not. Because my brother's currently in the PGA PGM program, and he's an assistant pro at a private club in the area, and I know he's having a lot of fun doing that. And you get to play like these professional events. I mean, they're like assistant professional events where you're only competing against like club pros, so it's not like
Yeah.
touring pros. So that's something that could be like appealing to me, honestly, because it's not like a whole lot of pressure. You're kind of just out there
Doing what you love every day.
playing like for a little bit of money, but it's not like it's not like life or death. Like you have to make this putt to secure enough money to eat dinner tonight. So it's, I think in a sense that would be like pretty enjoyable. But if not, just like playing and competing as an amateur would be fun as well.
Do you know what? If it's not golf, then what kind of line of work are you looking into? Do you have any idea?
I think obviously with my degree, my marketing degree, I think potentially working with sport marketing agencies in America could be a possibility. But for now, I'm just kind of trying to focus on my program until it finishes up in September, and then probably start trying to sort that out. So yeah, I still got a lot of work to do until then. So just try to keep my head down and keep working, not try to get too distracted.
What would it take for you to turn pro? Is there absolutely no chance that that's going to happen, or is there a little glimmer of hope that we still might see Josh Martin on the PGA Tour? I mean, you shot 68 for God's sake at Pinehurst. I mean, it's still there if you want it.
I don't know. It would take something pretty crazy, honestly. Like maybe win the USAM or something.
Yeah, which you have played in twice, haven't you?
Yeah, but
we didn't actually mention that.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. Probably not very likely, honestly.
Also, I think the US Open is returning to Pinehurst, North Carolina, in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this. How keen are you in hosting a army of NUGC alumni for a week to watch the US Open?
Sounds good. I might not be living here then, but yeah, we could rent a house or something.
I'll put that down as a maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Sounds good. We can all meet up. Oh.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. Just finally, any advice to a young golfer looking to either improve or perhaps make his way in the professional game?
Mm-hmm. I think the most important thing for young guys trying to make it or just improve their game would probably be just have fun with it, enjoy the ride, because as we know, golf is a very difficult game, and something that I always didn't have like respect for was like just how difficult the game is, and that there are going to be ups and downs. I always like wanted to play well and just be the best like right now, but I think in those lulls where you're struggling, I think just recognizing like how difficult the game is important, and then obviously just celebrating success like when you do achieve something great is important too. But yeah, golf is a game. I think the main thing should be having fun and just staying persistent, because even the best guys go through times where they're not playing their best, but the people who are consistently up at the top are are persistent in their work ethic, and it seems like those are the guys who really enjoy playing the game the most too.
Yeah.
Josh, just before we finish, just kind of to
Except for Brooks.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, just to kind of let the viewers know like how good you actually were. I was kind of just snooping around the internet and came across this thing of like top 10 golf prodigies, and you were ranked 5th of all time. I'll just give you a few people in the list. Tiger Woods was one, as you can probably imagine, like ridiculous amateur career, whatever. And they do actually they do compare you to him on here, which is pretty cool. And then we're just going down the list. You're at 5, and then Michelle Wee is at 6. Who, if you're into golf, you'll know who she is. Pretty decent career. Lexi Thompson is at 7. Bobby Jones is at 8, who has won the Grand Slam, won all 4 majors, the creator of Augusta, so you're ahead of him, which is pretty cool. Phil Mickelson's at 9, so you're ahead of Mickelson. He's had a decent career. And then also going a little bit further down, we've got Spieth at 11, who also has won 3. He's won 3 majors, which is pretty cool. I was just reading somebody's put a comment under your name here, and it says, probably the best under 13 in history. He has won every major tournament a player his age can win. 4 US Kids Worlds, 2 Callaway Worlds, 1 Optimist World, etc., etc. In 2010, at the age of 13, he won on the AJGA Tour. He was also selected as an honorable mention Rolex All-American, the youngest player ever to afford that honor. He reportedly has all the tools and is already in uncharted waters at his age. Like, I mean, how does that make you feel, like, just listening to something like that and, like, the names that you're ahead of? I mean, if that was me, I would just have that on my wall, just in the main room so everybody could see. I mean, like, that's pretty incredible, is it not?
Yeah, that's pretty good. But golf's a humbling game.
Yeah.
Over the years, it'll humble you pretty quickly if you get too big of a head. So, I think appreciating that I was able to like achieve and do some great things in the past, but not letting it affect like my personality or how I treat people is also important to me as well.
Yeah, I certainly don't think the fame ever changed you.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But well done anyway, Josh, from all of us.
Mate, you got some great stories, and I really enjoyed hearing them, to be honest, and I hope the viewers did as well. But that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, follow the podcast, all of that jazz. Cheers, guys.